Louis I of Spain's reign of 229 days was the shortest in Spanish history. Today, this misfortunate king is almost forgotten by all. Let's find out why. Louis I of Spain was born on August 25, 1707 at the Palacio del Buen Retiro in Madrid as the eldest son of the reigning King Philip V of Spain and his wife Maria Luisa Gabriela of Savoy. The newborn was named after his great-grandfather Louis XIV of France. On April 7, 1709, Louis was officially granted the title of Prince of Asturias. In 1714, when Louis was 7, his mother died, leaving him and his brothers, the Infante Ferdinand and the Infante Felipe Pedro, behind. Later that year, Louis's father got remarried to Elisabeth Farnese. Between 1707 and 1720, Louis was educated and prepared for kingship by the Marquis of Riscal de Allegro. On January 20, 1722, Louis married the French Louise Elisabeth d'Orléans, who was a daughter of Philippe II d'Orléans. Philippe II d'Orléans was a cousin of Louis's father and regent of France during the minority of the underaged Louis XV. At the time of their marriage, Louis was 15 years old and his bride was only 12. The marriage, however, was a disaster as Louise Elisabeth showed a level of unprecedented misconduct at court. She'd appear before the entire court, dirty and smelly, refusing to wear underwear, and tried to provoke the servants by exposing her private parts. She is also said to have refused to touch the food on the table, but would then hide and compulsively gobble down whatever was at hand, whether it was edible or not. Louise Elisabeth's behavior seemed to worsen with time, as overnight she was seen cleaning glass, tiles and fabrics of all kinds in the palace. The Spanish courtiers watched in astonishment as the young woman stripped off her clothes, grabbed her dress and set about cleaning the windows of the salon. In the meantime, due to mental health issues, Louis's father, King Philip V, signed a decree abdicating in favor of Louis on January 10, 1724. The young Louis received the documents on the 15th and the disposition was published the following day, making him King of Spain. Despite the erratic behavior of Louise Elisabeth, she cared for her husband attentively when the young king fell ill with smallpox in August of the same year. 7 months after ascending the throne, Louis I of Spain died of smallpox in Madrid on August 31, 1724, at the age of 17. He was buried in the royal crypt of the monastery of El Escorial. Louise Elisabeth, having exposed herself to smallpox, fell ill as well, but she survived. The untimely death of the young king after 7 months of reign forced his father, who had abdicated in his favor, to take up the crown again. This time, Philip would retain it until his death. After Philip's death, his second son, the younger brother of Louis I, would go on to become Ferdinand VI, King of Spain. Louise Elisabeth, now Dowager Queen at the age of 15, left Spain and returned to France, where she eventually died forgotten by all. She was buried in the church of Saint-Sulpice in Paris. The short-lived reign of Louis I was not only inconsequential because of its brevity, but also because, in reality, it was governed not so much from the court of Louis I as it was from La Granja, which was the residence of Philip V and his wife Elisabeth Farnese, as Elisabeth Farnese heavily influenced the reign of the young and very inexperienced king. Thank you for watching.